What's up everybody, it's SageGem here. I'm bringing you the setup for my nice shot build and the way I run it. Like any other build, there's always things that can be changed and improved. This is a current setup I'm running right now. Throughout the video I changed my sets up and changed my skills up to figure out which way I like to play better. But I'll show you the different skills and the different sets that I was trying. And I'll show you some of the problems that I'm actually having with this build. So we're going to start by going into the character sheet. These are all base stats, nothing buffed up on my bow bar. I am a Khajiit. I use a lover. I am also a vampire. And my character's name is Hacking Up for Boss. I'll show you the skills that I'm running on my bow bar. I'm running balance, I'll explain that in a second. Shadowy disguise. Silver shards, which will be one of your main spammables. Camouflage hunter. Piercing mark. Flawless dawnbreaker, which I'll need to change this over to smiting. So many fighter guild abilities is because the passives on the fighters guild. So switching to two-hand, this could change out. But shimmering frenzy, rally, resolving vigor, concealed weapon, channeled acceleration, and flawless dawnbreaker again. And we're going to change a couple of things out, and I'll explain in a second. So I'm going to show you a quick walkthrough on this setup and how I'm doing things and what I'm having problems with. So the same on most of them. You get your channel acceleration going up, your rally, shimmering frenzy, and then you're switching bars. And then when you switch bars, you're going to be going balance with into a heavy attack. And the reason why we're doing that, and you'll see one of the issues that I'm running into, is on the skill line on your mage guild. At the very bottom, passive is the might of the guild. Is like whenever you use a mage guild ability, you get your heavy attacks for an extra 40% for 3 seconds. So the problem that I'm running into on most of these builds, and it all depends on if there's lag or not going on, is balance and shadowy disguise, which will give you your automatic crit, are both 3 seconds, but it takes about 3 seconds to actually do a heavy attack. So it's kind of a pain in the butt. So if you notice, when I first did this, I didn't crit at all. So we'll go ahead and do this again. And usually what I'm trying to do is after you cast balance, you go into a heavy attack, you cast shadowy disguise instantly right after that, so you can get your instant crit. If you actually had a high enough crit percentage, you can do a heavy attack and go into piercing mark and still get it to hit. So it makes it tricky in which one you want to do. You can always try to get piercing mark off beforehand, but then whoever you're trying to attack will actually know you're there. And I'll show you one other thing I'm running into problems with, and that's your distance. Because the further you stand back from your target when you cast balance, only 3 seconds, so it takes almost 3 whole seconds to get a heavy attack off. The further you stand back, the more likely you will not get balance to work, and that's the passive off of the mage guild ability, because it's on the hit damage, not on whenever you first cast it. So it's not on your very first part when you let go of the bow, it's actually up closer. So it makes it a challenge in order to actually do balance and to do shadowy disguise to automatically get your crit. And I'm going to show you a different way of setting this up too. So I switched up to a restro bar on the back bar, and I switched the skills out to the ulti lights champion, mainly because at the bottom of it says major force, which is extra 20% crit damage. So with channel acceleration you get the minor, and then you can get the major off of this. Just makes it a lot more complicated to cast this setup. And you don't need rally anymore because you're on a restro bar, so you have to use pots in order to get your major brutality. So the same thing, you want to go ahead and get your channel acceleration going up, cast a pot, shimmering frenzy, cast your ulti, balance, and then instant attack and dark clip 48.6. So that's how you get a large hit off of it. It's just everything is really fast in casting, and you can't always get it happening the first time. Most of the time when I'm casting, after I get my first shot off, I'm hitting silver shards as well. And we'll explain why, because of the setup. Now we're going to take a look at the sets that I'm using. So right now I'm using Elegant. I'm using Elegant because of the heavy attack that's on the main part of this. So after you do fully charged heavy attack, your next direct damage does an extra 2,480. That's on this character and the way it's buffed. So on the back bar, when you go to two-handed, I'm just using Spriggans right now, which it doesn't really matter on the two-handed because all you need to do is to get the rally to go off. But yes, I'm still using Spriggans to get the extra penetration. Elegant on everything else, infused with damage glyphs. So in the video also when I was running, you could see that I was using Thundercaller as well. Thundercaller seems to hit a little bit harder sometimes. It used to hit extremely hard, but sometimes it doesn't seem like it wants to hit as hard. So it's just been switching back and forth between Elegance and Thundercaller, because Elegance seems like it buffs the first hit as well. I don't know if there's a glitch into it, but it definitely seems like Elegance is buffing the first heavy attack as well. I'm also using Billard's Mask and everything. Every now and then I'll switch out and do Malakeen, and that is, they're going to nerf Malakeen where you can't cast it by waving in the air. But for now, before they do it, you can just put Malakeen on and run it, and you'll actually even hit harder, which a lot of people are out there are already doing that. But they are going to nerf it, so you won't be able to cast it that way anymore. So we'll take a look at the champion points real quick and what I'm actually running up here. Running Fighting Finesse, Master at Arms, Weapon Expert is a must on this type of build for the damage, the light and heavy attacks, doing an extra 15%, and Deadly Aim. The rest of the skills really don't matter or the rest of the champion points really don't matter. It's always the blue line that matters. And again, with this vampirism is always key to have to get the extra damage when coming out of stealth. The problem right now with the Nightblades, and if you're playing Nightblade a lot, you'll notice that it's broken. It's broken with, you don't get your speed burst out of being in stealth. That's the reason why I was running Concealed Weapon over here, is to get the extra speed while in stealth, where I don't have to wear Swift and everything. But the Concealed Weapon isn't working with the speed burst. So that's what's broken in here. And to prove it, I'm running around. I have Concealed Weapon on right now. You're supposed to run faster. So I'll go and take Concealed Weapon off. It's like, why slot you're moving? And I'll put Relentless Focus on. And I'm running the exact same speed that it was with Concealed Weapon on. So you can see that is actually busted in the game. They've known about it for a while. Are they going to fix it? It didn't look like they were fixing it in the next patch. They take their time fixing anything when it comes to Nightblades. I have a feeling they hate Nightblades. But you can see that's busted, and it really sucks because you really need the speed boost on a Nightblade. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment. I usually answer everybody. This build is a little bit more complicated, but it is fun to play. There's a lot of builds out there where people are starting to go into crazy heavy attacks, and most of them are done with Inferno staffs from stealth. I wanted to do something on the stam side. DKs hit harder because their multi weapons actually does a lot more damage. So you can actually do this build off a DK and still hit really hard. But I wanted to be able to try to incorporate Shadowy Disguise to automatically get the crit damage off of it. And thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, it always helps. Till next time.